Do you need a professional grade camera like the Sony A7 IV with 33 megapixels, a full frame sensor, and all that kind of jazz? Or can you get away with something point and shoot, like the Canon G7X Mark II that I have here? This turns out to be kind of an it camera, and I didn't even know it. But is it as good? What do we need to know? First off, let's talk a little bit of specs. This thing here, the Sony A7 IV, like I said, 33 megapixels, full frame camera, huge battery. Now that helps. Battery life definitely helps. This lens on it, remember, it's an interchangeable lens, so I can put whatever I want on it. This is the Tamron 28-75 lens with f2.8. That's a pretty good size lens. It covers a lot of what you mostly would shoot in any given day, and it's a great choice. Now this is a fixed lens, meaning you only have the one choice of lens, the Canon G7X Mark II. This bad boy goes from 24 millimeters to 100 millimeters equivalent. That's pretty good. It reaches a lot. It's got 20 something megapixels. I'll put it up on screen. It's one kind of camera, point and shoot, very small battery, and it can last for a couple hours, but you just take a couple extra spares with you and you're fine. There's not a lot of difference so far. One difference is there are not a whole lot of dials and changing things you can do on this. You've got this one command dial that lets you change between different modes. You've got a little zoom rocker, which is on this button here where you push the shutter. You've got a little ring in the back that's like a touchpad kind of a thing. Couple extra buttons there, including a little video shoot button, and that's about it. On the Sony A7 IV, I have all kinds of things I can do. I can do exposure compensation control. This I can program to do anything. I have a front one that's like that. I've got all these custom modes that I can put on this. I have all kinds of custom buttons allowed. And I also have a very flexible flippy screen. So I can do all kinds of things with that. It is, by every official standard, better, except maybe one. This is much more compact. Also, a lot of places, if you're going to go to like a rock concert or something like that, they will not let you take in a camera that has interchangeable lenses, because then you're sort of interfering or possibly interfering with the media, and or you having a chance to make a very high quality bootleg is kind of what they're worried about as well. And I understand that, but that's just so you know, this camera would not be allowed into most rock and roll shows. This camera is absolutely allowed in pretty much anywhere. So it's got the hookup, which you maybe don't get from the other device. That's pretty useful. Also, this guy here, it's a lot easier to shoot in automatic mode. It handles a lot more simple things. You can do raw photos, so you can still edit the photos afterwards, but it's just a lot less fuss. This is a much more professional camera. It's got two spots for two spots for SD cards. I couldn't think of the term. It's got a lot more functionality for professionalism in there. I think you can also stick compact flash in here as well. I've never done it, so that's why I'm saying I think. Yeah, there's a slot for compact flash. This has a spot for an SD card, and that's it. But they're totally getting at two different things, right? Like, that makes sense to you. And so it becomes easy to think about, which one do I want and why? I think a lot of times what people will choose, by the way, I was talking about flip out screens. This has a flip out screen, so you can do vlogging on this thing. I think what happens is you choose a camera like this, a little point and shoot like this. By the way, it fits right in your pocket. And this bad boy is not going in my pocket, not in this setup. I think one of the reasons we choose a camera like this is because we feel like it's easier. And that's where I'll change the script a little bit on you, because this camera, this fancy pants camera, you can set it up a lot of different ways. You can put a much smaller lens on it if you want. You can set it up to have only one focal range if you want. That's how I've been rocking it for weeks now, which is just with this one lens, the Voigtlander 35mm f1.4 Nocton Classic. It's small. Look how much smaller than this big guy. And it's simple and it's capable, and I can set this up just to do the one lens. Now the other thing is there's an auto mode on this. I can set this to auto mode, and if I do that, that green one is auto. If I do that, It's a lot easier to use this camera. It's not a big deal. You can start in auto mode on any camera. And I think that that means that you don't have to worry about that. The couple of card slots just means that if I'm doing something somewhat important, go to a kid's birthday, go to a wedding or something like that, if it's somewhat important, I can rest assured that I'm getting 2 copies so that if either of my SD cards corrupts, I have some safety. I have the security of knowing I have a second one. So that is useful. The fact that this is a single fixed lens is great insofar as it covers 24 to 100 millimeter focal range, which is plenty. But the fact that this is interchangeable means that I couldn't have done that if I wanted to. It means that I can set this up for lots different missions. I can get a lot done with this camera. You can use this point and shoot camera to do everything that you want to do. But I can set my professional grade camera up for a lot of missions. I could rig this up if I wanted. People have made and continue to make actual movies with the Sony A7 IV. You can make fun videos with this. I don't know that you can make a movie that, besides the fact that you can, anyone can do anything, I think it's a little harder to make a full grade kind of movie with this sort of a thing. You can, but the video files that you'll get out of it are not as great either. I think what happens is, when we see a little point and shoot, it feels safer. We feel safe. And I think when we feel safe, that makes it so that we can go ahead with the stuff that we want to do and feel some comfort. But then again, if we want to do that right, why don't we just use a toy camera? Why don't we just shoot with this bad boy? It goes back to one of my favorite quotes from John Shedd. John Shedd says that a ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are for. So it dawned on me that we didn't have a whole lot of footage of the actual output of the photos. So I decided to shoot some photos at the beach for something else I'm doing, and I figured I could show you some of the ones with the Canon and with the Sony. So I will put those up and I will label them such, and you can take a look-see. I'm Chris Brogan. I'm always grateful to spend some time with you. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. It really means the world to me. I've got a Substack set up. It's a newsletter. It's free. There's a paid version. I'll have some kind of behind the scenes stuff in paid. Not about photography as such, but it's a lot more about business. But hey, if you want to, you can get me in the written word as well. Also, listen up. I am going to take this out and play with it because, boy, these things, even on the used market, I don't even remember when I bought this, years and years ago. This thing is getting about $1,000 right now. If I put this for sale, I'd get $1,000 for it, which is crazy for a point and shoot. So why not take it out? Why not have some fun? You are not married to any particular camera. You don't have to stay with any one particular camera brand. You can try other stuff out. Don't let it be like a religion for you, okay? Just try the stuff you want to try, like the stuff you want to like, be into the things that you want to be into, and explore and experiment and try stuff because it's new and it's different. And don't think that there's a best camera. It doesn't exist. The best camera is the one that you take with you. The best camera is the one that you feel comfortable using. The best camera is the one that gives you the output that you want to see and that you feel like, oh, now I'm really doing it. That's what's the best. I wanted to remind you that you can send in photos, by the way. MissDollD was kind enough to send some photos in, and I haven't seen their work in a little while, and I was so grateful to see some new things. I love it when you send and share stuff with me. Always feel free to do so. Chris at chrisbrogan.com. And I'll put your stuff up. Just let me know how you want me to reference you and or whether or not I have permission to share your stuff. I love it. I love connecting. I love the fact that not only do I get to share my videos, my thoughts, my insights with you, but I get to connect with you. So I get to connect with Tim and other Tim, and I get to connect with Miles and all the people that spend their time talking and saying hello. Chloe, as always. It's so great to connect with people, and that's one reason why I do this channel. So I'm so grateful. Chris at chrisbrogan.com if you want to send me something, or just comment beyond the comment that you ever leave on YouTube for me. I'm so grateful for all of it. Sound okay? Listen, be good to yourself. It's so important.